Wow, almost $15,000 per one Bitcoin during one day. This is insane. Welcome back to Crypto Wallet channel, guys. In today's episode, we're going to be doing technical analysis on the Bitcoin price, and also we're going to mention the new trade that I did on Link, why I did that trade, what do I expect, and what could go wrong. As I promised on this channel, we're going to be doing trading, and also we're going to go through every single aspect on that trade. So if you're learning, we're going to learn also over here together. If I'm mistaken, you're going to learn also by my mistakes to see where things went wrong, and also we're going to analyze every single trade after we close the position. And now let's begin. So how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you are happy over here because every single asset that I do have on watch list is in green, and this is insane and also a little bit scary. So we need to go through the Bitcoin to see where the things are going, because this is scaring me a little bit, and I hope you also. I hope you are not in the FOMO right now, because that could be danger for you if you enter this market right now. You are risking reward for the big loss. So be careful if you're trading this. And now let's see what is going on over here and what could actually go wrong. So the thing that we mentioned in the yesterday's video is also that we should not be happy until we break one of the high over here, but the Bitcoin didn't hear us, just continuous shoot to the upside. And as we can see, we are, ladies and gentlemen, far away from all moving averages that are standing over here, simple moving averages and the 20 exponential moving average, which is one of the most important ones in the Bitcoin price. I cannot say that the Bitcoin retested correctly this moving average in the previous month maybe or so, because we were surging to the upside no matter what the traditional markets are doing, and the Bitcoin is acting very irrationally over here. As you can see, we pumped to the upside, and if we switch to the watch list of over here, we can bring the gold first, and we can see that the gold went into the bullish phase over here after this flag, let's say, or let's say falling wedge formation, even a little bit. Well, whatever you want to call it, it's pretty much a continuation pattern from this case scenario, because on this case scenario we have one low and a higher low. The next one that we need to bring is the S&P 500. No matter what elections are doing, look what is going on over here. The S&P 500 is in this also pretty long flag over here that I draw, and as we can see, we are respecting it resistance and support for now pretty good. And already today, when we open the market, we can see that we are retesting right now this level of resistance, which means and gives us the clue that this flag over here is pretty legit. So if we break over here this resistance, this is going to be one FOMO situation in the S&P 500, and also in the Bitcoin. It seems like it started already. So this is insane times already. For one day we managed to push towards that. Now very quickly we're going to switch to the silver over here, and if we exclude EMA, so we can see what is going on over here a little bit better, right? You can see that we're consolidating still in this ascending triangle that we mentioned in many videos ago. Also, we can switch to the Tesla. Tesla is also trying to push towards that all-time high that it made over here. If we switch to the VET-USD, even the VET-USD that we were covering already since the beginning of this crash over here, we can see that the VET in the previous 2 days is in the some sort of a candle uptrend over here. We have a recovery of approximately 17% on the high, and on the open over here is 12.54. Now, one interesting fact about Ethereum over here is that the Ethereum is coming close to $420 over here, and one of the reasons why we marked this level is because Alessio managed to do a comparison between Bitcoin, or find a correlation between Bitcoin and Ethereum, because over here on this area particularly, Ethereum started to move first while Bitcoin started after the Ethereum, which means that the Bitcoin is actually following Ethereum, which also means that the Ethereum is some sort of a ball of the future. So over here, this is not the case because all altcoins were in minus in the previous hours, while the Bitcoin was surging towards $15,000, as we have situation over here. Also, S&P 500 is in previous 4 days in pretty good upside. So right now they are actually following Bitcoin and not other way around, which is also good because we are not seeing full minus in the altcoins. Also, that's also good if you are invested in altcoins. So if we switch over here on the link, I want to show you what I did on the trade over here. As we can see, we did one trade. Just go back a few videos ago. We mentioned the trade, what we did. We've been stopped out, even so we were in plus 12 to 15%. What was the goal in that trade and everything? I think we entered somewhere approximately over here, and we didn't take profits over here because we wanted bigger scale, you know, but that didn't happen because Link and many altcoins started to plunge towards the support, and over here we even broke some of the supports. Now, the new trade over here is not based on 20 exponential moving average like it's based over here, but even here it's not based on the 20 exponential moving average because Link has much bigger respect on some other moving average, and that's the simple 50 moving average. So one thing that we did over here, we had a perfectly good, I can say also luck, because we literally entered the close above 50 simple moving average over here, and then after that the next day we were pushed towards the upside, which was also good. But in this case scenario, we got a little bit bad entrance in the Link USDT over here on the Binance. As you can see, I was trading on the Binance, and I put the, I think $59 or something. This is the stop loss over here. As you can see, open order is stop loss limit, and unfortunately we have the stop loss of 5.1%, and I'm going to soon explain you what do I want to do over here. So I was entering this position again based on the breaking and closing above a level of 50 exponential moving average. And as we can see over here, we can argue a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, but we did close somehow on 50 over here. Even if we zoom in a bit, we can say that we closed above level of 50. And as we can see, next candle over here pushed towards the upside. Now, unfortunately, I was at my work and I didn't manage to catch good entry point, you know, here or something good. And unfortunately, we have a little bit bad entrance, but this is one of the reasons why I pushed stop loss on 5%, so we can, you know, be a little bit more conservative. But on 56, or actually $59, we have loss of $5 or even less, maybe 3 or 4 or something like that. I'm not so good in calculations over here, but as we can see, we are slightly in plus over here, so the trade is going well for now, right? So if we fall below this open over here of this candle over here and close, actually open is here and the close over here, then we could expect maybe to be stopped out on 5% loss over here on these weeks. If I were to push this you know, below those weeks, which I should, then the risk reward ratio wouldn't be good. So I didn't want to risk 10%. It's better to risk, you know, just 5%, which is $3 to $4 on $60 or something like that, and that's perfectly fine risk reward ratio. And in this case scenario, I would most likely again push the target much higher because I do expect Link, altcoins, and the Bitcoin on the upside. Now, the important thing, I want to show you this book over here. I'm sorry for I'm not having the cover over here. Japanese Candlestick Charting Techniques over here. This is something that Alessio recommended to many people also, and to me, and I actually bought it. I love this book because it showed me something that helped me to enter this position over here, and that's candlestick pattern which formed over here, and that's the morning star over here, or doji star, doji candle, whatever you want to call it, and that's this over here. So what actually happened, we had the doji, and over here this is automatically support. So if this candle over here is not broken, if this wick is not broken over here, you know, this low over here, then the support is holding. And as we can see already, next day I mean today, we over here managed not to retest this support and push towards the upside, which means this was the low. So this is one of the reasons why we entered the position. Remember guys, if you're going to enter position, if you're going to trade, do not trade because you are boring. Do not trade because you want to trade. You need to trade by the signals and the signs that the chart is actually giving you. The patience is everything in trading. As I'm learning, I get it that the waiting is pretty much 90% of everything. You need to wait for the perfectly good moment to enter the position. You need to have your why you are entering the position and not just enter position and then managing position from that moment. That's not how this works. You need to have the reason why you are entering position by the things that you're seeing on the charts and not by the things that you think that may actually happen. So what we did over here, we entered the position right now, actually today, and over here we have stop loss, we are secure there, and now we are just, as I said, we are waiting actually to see what could potentially happen. Now, the problems to the upside over here on the daily chart, there are some problems, and that's 20 exponential moving average that could make us some problems. The reason why we didn't trade by 20 and we traded actually by 50 is, as you can see over here, much better respect of the level of 50 simple moving average. Also over here, look at this decline, ladies and gentlemen, this is insane. With so many declines and, you know, pushed price towards the downside, also over here, so much respect, much more than on the 20. This is one of the reasons why we traded by the 50 simple moving average, which is also rare because many traders are watching 20, but it's also nice to, you know, trade by something else and not only by one thing. Now, ideal thing would be to push towards 20 over here, find level of support above, and then break the next highs over here that we have. So that would be pretty much be this one, and most probably this one, or even this over here, this high, those weeks over here. So this is the trade that we did today, and this is the all details that I told you why we entered the position, why the position was good to enter. I mean, let's say ideal because of the entry point of 50 moving average. You can always be a little bit conservative with a bigger stop loss and let price, you know, on the VET over here, we still didn't trade VET, and I do not want VeChain to be traded because we are still not seeing any signs of reversal, unfortunately. Only then when we actually see reversal pattern over here, some signal, some sign that we are reversing, then I'm going to enter the position, you know, maybe I'm going to close the link position if it's good and then enter the VeChain position. But right now we are not seeing any reversal point whatsoever. We found some sort of a level of support over here, as I told you that where we should find level of support in the previous video, but not yet good position for the entry. Now, the thing with the VeChain, I mentioned in one video only, is if you're going to trade VeChain, you need to actually be conservative when it comes to the stop loss, and you need to tolerate much more loss. One of the reasons for that is because of those weeks. If you put 2%, 3% stop loss, unfortunately you're going to most probably going to be stopped out, and I'm going to just show you over here on the pure example how this looks like. So if you take the measurement over here, you know, long position, short position, doesn't matter. Let's go in with the long. As you can see, if you entered over here somewhere approximately on the mid of this candle, 7%, you are still in stop loss. So you need to push towards 11 or even 15, you know, percent in order to have good stop loss on some sort of a way. So this is the reason why VeChain is a little bit dangerous to be traded on a smaller stop loss levels, but the target could be much bigger. So if you break some sort of a level of supports, you can push the stop loss, you know, a little bit higher, so it's not going to be on a bigger scale like 15% or 10%. That's one of the things that we are going to most probably watch and do on the trade when the time comes. Now, covering all that, I hope you enjoyed Link, VeChain and everything over here. We need to come back on the BTC USD, and I'm guessing that your question could be potentially, should I enter this market, especially if you're new, you're FOMOing in, you want to come in.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Personally, it's your money. I'm not a financial advisor whatsoever, and I'm not going to give you financial advice or trading advices or anything. We're just doing my trades over here and ideas, and of course educational content and everything. But if I were you, I wouldn't enter this position. I do have some money on the Bybit, but I'm not going to trade the BTC USD, not in the short, not in the long, because unfortunately I don't see the reason why I should enter the position, as we discussed in the link in the previous one, that if you don't have a reason, analysis, technical reason over here to enter the position, you shouldn't enter the position at all. If you feel uncomfortable to actually enter the position, you shouldn't enter the position. If you don't feel well when you are seeing this chart, you shouldn't be entering position, and so on and so on. You need to feel good about trade in order to enter the position, especially if you're trading with bigger funds and much more things that we discussed in the previous videos about trading and everything. So over here right now, we are expecting some sort of a pull down from the Bitcoin, because we didn't retest some of the levels over here, except with the direct retest over here. But even that is debatable over here. The one interesting thing that I want to show you is actually laying down on 1 hourly chart, and this is this one. Look at this, guys. We didn't even retest 20 EMA on the 1 hourly chart. This is insane. I don't like this chart. I don't like what I see. And look at this. Remember how this chart looks like. And if we switch a little bit back, look at this over here. Even here we had a retest, over here we don't have, but look how those two push-ups are actually similar, right? If the history in this case scenario of the 1 hourly chart, so this pattern over here and this pattern over here, which are similar, if they repeat themselves, as we can see they are repeating themselves, or at least rhyming, then we should establish new level of support over here, as we did over here into this tunnel, right? So we're going to see how this will develop in the next hours, or let's say in a day or two. I'm very interested to see if the Bitcoin is going to pull to some level of supports to retest them and then push to the upside, or we're going to have some insane parabolic move. If you remember, 2 videos ago and many videos ago, I told you if we break $14,000, there are no resistance towards $20,000, and the FOMO, if the FOMO hits the road, we may reach $20,000 before 2020. So here, as I told you, look at this candle. We are not even stopping. We are not even seeing the signs on the candle. Its shape that is giving us, signals that is giving us for weakness or something. So for now, all remains to be seen. And as we can see, we catched $15,000 right now, ladies and gentlemen, on this video while I'm recording. We're going to see how this will develop tomorrow. We're most probably going to do videos, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I want to thank each last one of you for watching our videos. And until the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.